Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And it is a good morning because we've already had a quarter of our donation goal of the day already met. I'm gonna replay it because it sounds so goddamn good.
Yeah, do it.
Wait, someone actually resubbed and bamboozled me as I clicked it. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the right sound here.
Was it Fernan talk?
Yeah, it was. So I gotta click on Jibby's. Hang on, guys. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait.
There it is.
Oh, baby.
Thank you, Jimmy. 25 bucks to kick off the day. He says, welcome back, Maynard, you beautiful human. ... Hello, Rifkin.
Wow.
Nothing but love for Jimmy, guys. We got a great show. We got a great match. We got a lot of prize money. There's a lot of good stuff happening this morning, but the bracket's actually just finalized. We've got a pretty small turnout. We'll talk about this in a moment. Real quick though, Maynard, I'm thinking it's got to be uThermal versus Ryung in winner versus innovation, right?
Yeah. That would be sweet. I actually saw a Ryung impact in the bracket if that was going to happen, but I see it's been refreshed, so no impact feels bad. Oh wait, he's at the bottom.
He is. Impact's probably gonna play against Solar in the semifinals, so this is looking like it's gonna be a TvZ finals already, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, great.
But I'm really glad to see uThermal checked in. If you guys didn't see, he had a really good run for things yesterday. But man, Kelazur also. Kelazur beating Lucira and then going up against Innovation. Like, I'm a little sad because he got the final boss in round 2, but Kelazur also put up a hell of a show. But yeah, so we're gonna do the way the brackets will probably go, guys, is probably uThermal versus Ryung, winner versus what is likely going to be Innovation. Both semifinals will play out. Grand finals will play out. It's a short but sweet bracket, so we've made everything best of 5 to compensate. Not the first round. The first round's still best of 3, but both semifinals will be best of 5s and grand finals will be best of 5s. So yeah, short and sweet will be the name of the game today.
Well, be a solid few hours of StarCraft though for all you guys that have been itching for a little bit of tournament play. It's going to be pretty damn high level too. So this is the last BTSL Lite. Is that correct? The final one?
So the BTSL Lite whole thing was just supposed to be like a gap between, you know, the downtime and the big BTSL season. If you guys didn't see, the match rate is up. It's only got 10,000, you know, no big deal in it. It's getting up like another 5 grand deposited once I get paid this month out of Twitch. Like, it's gonna be a big fucking deal, and I hope people will consider it to be a big deal. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little sad there's not a lot of hype around it. People barely retweeted that when we made the announcement type thing. But as long as people sign up to play and you guys show up to watch, that's all that's gonna matter at the end of the day.
I doubt you'll have any problem there. Oh, Thermie's arrived. Good. We've got our players in the lobby. That's always a good start.
I don't know why Dares is telling him we're casting something else. Fucking Dares. Anyways,
fucking Dares.
Yeah, glad to have you with me, Maynard. I did some adjusting
glad to be here.
I will just say quickly, for those who are watching, the audio levels may or may not be balanced. Like yesterday I was doing solo casting, so I got to change everything. I've since changed it back, and I think this is what we were using with Maynard last time. But please, pretty please, let us know if audio from either of us is too loud or too quiet. That way we can adjust it as soon as possible to compensate, and you guys then get the best show that you can hope for. But I gotta host this game.
That's right. It's good to see a bunch of familiar names in chat as well. It feels like I've been away for a little while, even though I streamed a little bit. It feels like I'm not fully back yet. I'm like still jet lagged and
when did you actually get back?
Wednesday last week. But it's been kind of messed up since then. I only streamed like 1 day last week, and have had like a massive neck pain and migraines and shit like that since then. So I haven't been out of bed much. I'm not very good at flying. I just I either don't sleep or I sleep badly, and I ruin myself. And I did the latter this time.
I'm just not good at flying. The actual act of, I seem to always be fine with the jet lag on either end of things, or not getting sick. The actual act of flying as a fat dude on a plane is the least enjoyable thing for me.
Yeah, I was really lucky with having entire rows to myself on the way up, at least, so that was good. But on the way back, I was less lucky. I had like a middle seat in between an old lady and another old lady with a broken foot. So that was fun.
Yikes. Well, we'll have to regale you guys with more stories in a moment. Looks like players are antsy and ready to go. So we're going to hop into this first one. It's Neon Violet Square. uThermal versus Ryung. See you guys in game. Alright folks, welcome to the first game of the BSTL Lite. Got a lot to talk about for today, but just know that this first game is going to be the only best of 3. Every other match after this will be best of 5, so semifinals, grand finals, you name it. There's going to be hopefully more, but at least $300 available too, as long as you guys help us out on Match Arena. $200 provided by the subscribers of BaseTradeTV and this company called Luckbox. You should definitely check them out. And then 100 codes coming from Match Arena. So before we get into even the thick of things, guys, consider using the code BTSL Lite, or just Lite4, excuse me, on the Match Arena page. A lot of you already have. I'm fucking so happy to see. Like, we're getting into the first game and there's already 18 codes used up. That's excellent. Good start, everybody. But of course, I'm joined by Maynard, and we're getting into game number 1. So spotting here to the lower right, he's actually looking for a team for TvT support. If you guys didn't see it on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, we have the blue Terran Ryung.
And it's up left already on a team and already going to TvT. So this is the Dutch Terran uThermal.
uThermal putting up a hell of a show yesterday. If you guys didn't see, of course, this was like a back-to-back situation with the BSTL Lite. And yeah, uThermal like 2-1 Rogue. He ended up having a really good semifinals match despite losing to Hero. Like, I was... It sucks because uThermal comes in waves. uThermal will play several things and then nothing but WCS events. And then play several things, and then nothing but WCS events. So we are, I guess, right now catching him while he's in Korea. He's recently arrived, so there's no ping problems. Yep. And he's played already the first couple of cups.
Yeah, exactly. And he's going to be entering most of these Korean tournaments. First of all, just to talk about the builds real quick. For gas first from Ryung, well, rather just a single gas from Ryung, so he's going for a fast expand, whereas uThermal's going for the double gas option on one base. So he's going to be one basing for a little bit here. Ravens are kind of coming back a little bit. But I'm not gonna say that that's what we're gonna see here. This is actually something a little bit interesting from uThermal. Kind of hiding these structures on purpose.
Right. This is kind of meant to dick over if there's a scouting SCV, because the thing would pop up the ramp, see no barracks, then I immediately think, oh, there's a proxy. Because proxies in TvT are fairly common nowadays, but that's not the case. I think I'm trying to remember if it was him or if it was Kelazur. I think it was Kelazur actually did a proxy Liberator versus Innovation that turned out pretty good.
This looks like, well, I mean, it looked like it was about to be Proxy Liberator from Ryung there, but
might still be.
SCVs. Yeah, okay, here we go. All right. Yeah, so this is pretty great. You don't have a whole lot of early game Liberator countermeasures unless you make a Viking immediately, which not every Terran does. Like, you know, a couple Marines here and there aren't going to do a whole lot. The anti-air, the Cyclones, better, but still not great. It's a nice little rush here from Ryung. Right, nice little proxy, rather.
I gotta disable that for the echo. I was gonna say real quick, what's really frustrating, if you guys don't know, you have to be a Terran player to really have experienced this. A full lock-on Cyclone will not kill a Liberator. Like an uncontested full lock-on will leave it with like 10 health or something silly. And you gotta wait the 4 seconds to finish it off. So yeah, Viking's usually your best bet, but he's going for a quick tech lab. Maynard, are we gonna see Banshees?
Wow, how old school, how quaint, Rifkin. This is pretty cool.
How droll.
Yeah, how terribly droll. A cloaked banshee. Very 2012.
Oh man, you sound like Noel Fielding right now. I like it. But there's no wall up at the front for uThermal. Like, because of the way he built himself here, Ryung actually has an open path into the main.
Yeah,
very awkward now.
A little bit.
One Reaper, one Hellion, they just get up here. Nothing pushing back. Well, now the Cyclone comes out, but that kills the SCV built in the command center. That's certainly annoying.
I mean, the annoying thing is that, yes, there's a depot on the way for uThermal, but he's going to be blocked for a good few seconds because I think that third depot is meant to be a fair bit earlier. Oh, this attack looks all right, though, I got to say. Medevac full of Marines and a couple Cyclones.
This is really interesting, though, because let's not forget, Ryung's got that Cloak Banshee coming out on the other side of the field, and all of uThermal's anti-airs over here. So this, I hate to phrase it in such a way, this might end up being a base trade.
Well, the Liberator technically has an air attack. It's not very good. And yeah, I mean, uThermal's continuing to do damage here in the natural of Ryung, though.
Ryung's, with his 2 Cyclones, they're starting to like sacrifices a lot of SCVs to make these numbers even up, but the 3rd Cyclone should tip the scales.
And don't forget, there's a medevac here to help out as well. I mean, uThermal's micro is one of his staples. He's really, really, really good at it. SCV's coming off the line there. He saves 2 with a lower hit point. Cyclones moves it back, and as that micro I was talking about, he keeps him alive. The Liberator comes for the attack, and now the Banshee's uncontested.
Doesn't even need to cloak. Viking starts up, but this is going to be a while. Command Center just died, though. That's a sick pick off out of uThermal to start things. Those Reapers, of course, getting healed by a medevac. You don't see that happen too often. And the Liberator sets up on top of production for Ryung 2. Now going to move over to that SCV line. Oh, this is so very barely for both sides of this.
Yeah, the Liberator is going to make this very hard to engage into, and I mean, uThermal is going to get a Viking out, and that's going to be Banshees.
Oh, the SCV's got pulled to the natural. I'm like, where did those Banshees go?
Yeah. He does have Cloak at least, but yeah, I mean, there's only so much these Banshees can do. I would definitely rather have, you know, a bunch of Cyclones and the Liberator on the other guy's production.
Yeah, I think Ryung's in a far worse spot right now, frankly, but this could snowball. If uThermal doesn't have repairs, those Cyclones kept getting repaired up. They've stayed outside the Liberation Zone, but 4-3, this favors uThermal, and this game is over, Maynard. The 4-0.
That is over, man. Got him. GG.
GG.
That build from uThermal had me scratching my head a little bit. I'm like, oh, 3rd depot seems late. The 1 base is going a little bit too hard here. Why is he hiding his structures in a weird spot instead of just sort of lining them up at the front like most Terrans do? It's not like, you know, a 1-1-1 is uncommon when you go for a second gas like that. Yeah, wow. What an attack, dude. That looked really powerful.
What's more impressive to me about this, not necessarily referencing the current meta of TvT that does involve this weird Cyclone dynamic, but Ryung has classically had actually really good TvT. Like, this was a guy who might not have been able to take on B-level Zergs, but could take on innovation in some situations. Like, TvT for a while has been what has impressed me most about Ryung, so to see uThermal beat him in TvT is more impressive, in my opinion.
I just got a message from uThermal. He says, I've never winged a build so hard. What the fuck was that? uThermal and I spent some time together in Leipzig. And I was going to bring up, I mean, I wanted to talk about the build, but I was going to bring up that uThermal at the moment feels like he's pretty happy with his shape and with the game, with his state in the game right now, or mentality towards the game. Practice is going well. Obviously, being in Korea is very motivating because you're surrounded by people playing constantly. But he feels like he doesn't really have a bad matchup right now. I personally think that uThermal's, like, you know, referencing the Rogue thing, I feel like uThermal's TVZ has always been his best matchup and probably still is, especially considering that result. But he feels that his TvT and TvP is quite close. So that's it's good news if you're a fan of him.
Well, we gotta actually kind of stop the conversation to get in the game, but one last point I was gonna make is uThermal. I love someone made that thread I remember a while ago. uThermal here is Terran vs Protoss' Imba continues to go like 21-0 on the ladder or something on a stream.
Yeah, it actually it ended up being more like 23 or 24 before the streak ended.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, let's hop in the game, I guess. So Catalyst, we'll explain what we're giggling in a sec. Get a Catalyst. We'll see you guys here in game. So guys, part of the giggles there was I had made an offhand comment like, guys, because they're like, go as players do, and I'm like, guys, we need a moment. Maynard's stroking uThermal's ego on stream, right? And uThermal then replies with, well, I don't think Maynard's ever cast me win a game before. This is a pretty special moment.
which is all. I mean, I know that's not true. I've definitely cast him win games online, but whenever WCS or something, I always ask, please give me uThermal's games because he's one of my favorite players in the whole world and a good friend. And he always seems to get his ass kicked.
Well, the other part of it that was so great too is Ryung spamming like thumbs up emoticons and stuff. Like,
yeah, Ryung's like just sitting there awkwardly while we're. Anyway,
it's game number 2. Spotting here to the upper left, he is down 1 at the moment. I've got confidence he'll bring it back. It's the blue Terran Ryung.
And he's going for that 17 gas, and so is uThermal, so just one base he builds. In the bottom right here, let's talk about this guy. This is Team Liquid's uThermal. Mark Schlappy.
Not playing sloppy, though. Playing really well, despite winging that
was
build.
Not a very sloppy game 1. Not a sloppy game 1 at all.
I don't know, man. Like, there's parts of the TvT matchup I just hate now. Honestly, combination playing, combination watching, and that is when it's like mass cyclone versus mass cyclone. But to be honest, the micro wars when it was 3 cyclones to 4, 2 to 3, like those are really exciting and fun moments for me. So I really liked that first game. No matter who you're rooting for, I thought it was exciting just how back and forth that was for a bit. But at the same time, if Ryung builds all his buildings at home, this might be a completely different game, even if it goes down the same way.
True that. It could, even with the, Ryung going for a faster expanding game 1 could absolutely devolve or evolve, whichever way you look at it, into Cyclone Headbutt. But actually, the Cyclone meta really hit us at, in WCS Leipzig. uThermal played Special on stage. It's the last TvT series I remember from him. And they had a sick Cyclone Wall. Like, normally, I agree with you. I don't really like Cyclone Headbutt either. It's basically like Roach versus Roach to me, which is not... You know, it can be cool, it can be tactical, it's positional, and etc. like that.
Roach was even more dynamic.
Is it though?
I guess with the Ravager dynamic added in, so how I always think about it. If you're talking like Hot Roach versus Roach, I'm with you. That shit was boring as hell.
Yeah, where we're like, oh, he's holding the Arky, here we go. Which was a lot of Heart of the Swarm for me because we had so many Zergs in my region.
So I just want to note this really quick. MMA and Ryung have been doing this, and I've exclusively seen only them and nobody else do this. They hang out on this little divot on the cliff here, because it will let them see the passageway of units that go underneath and through the middle of the map. I'm not sure why no other player has done this, at least none that we've noticed do it, but it's such an amazing scouting spot.
Now, uThermal's made a little bit of an opening here. His Cyclone's out in the map. He's coming back now, but it's a little bit slow. So these 2 Reapers can potentially get a couple SCVs before they get out. Or they're going for the Hellion instead. 2 Reapers do beat a Hellion, but the Cyclone says, get out!
There's not escape.
The depots are down.
Yeah, normally this is about to keep the Reapers out of the base. Keeping them in works just as well, though.
Oh, and he takes 0 damage. Look at that. Well, I mean, the Hellion took hit points, but it lives.
Yeah,
nice defense from uThermal.
0 losses. uThermal's also following up with a Raven. I guess we should mention this quickly. The Raven was tweaked in the recent patch, as in like 3 days ago, guys, 4 days ago. So it's got its auto turret back. It's lost the ability to cast a repair drone. It has got a longer lasting interference matrix. I like to call it blackout, whatever you want to refer to as, the little fuzzy thing that goes on units, makes it so they can't attack. And then most notably, but not used much at all, the anti-armor missile was changed in 2 big ways. One is it's like a instant send-off, so you don't have to wait. There's no delay of like it going out so people can dodge it anymore. And it also costs only 75 energy now, so significantly less. You can actually cast 2 instead of just 1.
And it lasts 2 more seconds, which is a big deal in this game. We are seeing the Cyclone meta happening from both players, by the way. Reacted factories for both, pumping out these Cyclones. Shout out to 47S, thank you for all the bits to heal me. I do receive your magic and hope it works nice and quick. I am still in a little bit of pain.
That's 2,500 bits. Thank you very much. Also, 47is and Janie Jane took a moment out of their time, guys, to donate directly to the prize pool. 47is deposited in a quick $10, and Janie Jane with a 6 as well. Thank you guys for being awesome on 2 fronts.
Man, 47is, that's fucking awesome. Janie Jane, a literal goddess, tasteless.
Dude, I love casting at these hours because I know that like there's a chance, not a guarantee, but we'll see. Janie Jane, Logic, Jibby, Aussie bros, man.
Yeah, the Aussies, they come out, man. Main army hype. Also just Australians, I suppose.
As far as the Cyclone versus Cyclone dynamic here, it is actually, I know you referenced Roach versus Roach, but importantly similar to Muta versus Muta, where like having the one extra Cyclone can make a world of difference. But if you can't get an extra Cyclone, you can disable 2 to 3 of your opponents with that interference matrix. So this is where the Raven becomes maybe crucial. I honestly don't know. We haven't seen a lot of Raven usage since the patch. I think this is really cool in concept. We'll see if it's good in practice.
Well, I mean, their Cyclone advantage is definitely Ryung's now. We're seeing that right in front of us. I feel like the Raven may not be able to make enough difference here, especially considering he doesn't really have medevac or anything to micro these Cyclones around too much.
Right, but I'm looking at the numbers right now, and uThermal with the energy and the Raven can disable 3 Cyclones at the moment. That's huge. That's a big advantage suddenly in his favor. Oh, it goes for the anti-armor missile. Oh, it's going to get it too. Each of the Cyclones take 3 more damage from all sources.
That's actually so sick. That's even better than locking him down.
Agreed. And now, unfortunately, the tank proves to be a bit of an issue, but he does win the Cyclone War, which is pretty sick. The tank goes down. Oh my god, there's almost nothing left. There's a single tank coming up on the high ground, but it won't be able to reach if he moves to the right side. He dives in, though, just to focus it.
Oh man, uThermal should get cleaned up here, but what an engagement. Actually, will he? The SCVs are wrapping around here. The Cyclones can tank SCVs for quite a while. A lot of them are going to go down. Oh, he's reinforcing.
The damage done to the actual SCVs being killed. The mules were pulled off with this too. And beyond that, he's not mining while this goes on. This is devastating for Ryung. In fact, I'm scared.
He's trying to play regular mech right now. He's making Hellions and tanks right now. That's not how you beat Cyclones. The first guy to stop making Cyclones loses.
Oh, the new mules get caught as well. He tried to sneak us into the third base. Ryung getting devastated as far as income goes. His recovery to this was going to be those mules. Unfortunately, though, that drop-off is pretty harsh. He bounces back for a brief moment. I guess that was the mules, but those are gone now, so fall down once again. Another tank gets picked off.
Yeah, and these Hellions are like, please die! And they won't. They won't. These Cyclones are ravaging and devastating Ryung right now.
It's focusing on the tank. Man, the anti-armor missile was such a big deal there. That was so cool.
Yeah, that was sick. GG.
You bloody thermal!
You bloody thermal. Man, a 2-0 against a Terran as good as Ryung is a pretty sick start for uThermal in this bracket. He does go into best of 5 territory now, but that is a solid start for the Dutch Terran. I like it.
That is. Unfortunately, though, it does appear his opponent's likely going to be Innovation, however. So he has just simply won the consolation prize to death, perhaps? I don't know. But if he took on Ryung like that, maybe he can take on Innovation. Bottom side of the bracket update, we have Impact advancing, so he will fight what is, we're going to assume Solar, but we don't know who Hotbar is. Maybe it's a ringer in disguise. Either way, guys, we're gonna go to. Oh wow, you were playing while casting? That's really impressive, dude. I'm super impressed right now. Ooh. Yeah. All right, well, we'll get into all that in a moment. We're gonna take a commercial break here in a sec too, but before we do. Please, guys, if you're just hanging out on the stream, you want to help with the tournament today, just head on over to the Match Reno links, type in !Match Reno in chat. If you use the code LIGHT4, you'll add $1 to the prize pool. You won't have to enter your payment information. You won't have to fork over a credit card, nothing like that. Just use the coupon code LIGHT4, and it adds a real $1 to the prize pool. Not some phony baloney like here's a $1 coupon on our website. This is $1 the players can withdraw directly to PayPal as soon as the tournament's done. Be sure to hit that up. Also, the distinction here, I always have to make this at least once a cast. If you want to put money towards the players, there's no caster tip from it or anything like that. 100% of the Match Reno funds are going towards the players' prizing. If you want to donate to myself or Maynard, bits and donations on the channel. But that's the split, the distinction between the two. Before we go as well, we had some resubs. Got to give a big love to this guy. Maynard came back for 18 months. That guy's spamming his own emotes, promoting himself. Disgusting in his sub message. Spamming. There was one emote with global emotes on the outside. Thank you very much. I love you, man. Then we also had Fear Talk. There you go. 3 months. Yeah. Franz Ferdinand, thank you for the 3-month resub. Alaska Winter 90. No, Fernatalk, thank you very much, man. Alaska Winter 93 came back for 48 months. Oh my god, it feels like 48 years. It's been a grand 4 years. Here's to 4 more years. Cheers to you, man. And then Dead Guy 99 came back for 3 months with that Prime. Thank you so much. But like I said, guys, we're going to go into a commercial break. When we get back, we'll hopefully have one of the semifinals ready to go.